Hello Stampers, this is super awesome stamper Shirley Merker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Wisconsin, USA. In this video, I will show you how to assemble your bay window kits in the mail. It's my offering for January 2022, and details to order these kits are on my blog at superawesomestamper.com. There'll be a link in the description box below to my blog and also the link to order the kits. Hopefully they are still available when you click that link. So let's get started. Now, if you're watching on replay and you've used all your kits up, I do want to show you how I scored everything. Grab my scoreboard, and this is already scored, but just envision that this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. This is Flirty Flamingo, and you want to score it along the long side, the 11-inch side. You want to score it at 3/8 of an inch, just drag it down, 1 7/8 of an inch, 3 5/8 of an inch, 5 1/8 of an inch, and 5 1/2 inches. Those measurements will be in the description box below. And then you just cut it in half at the 4 1/4 mark to make 2 card bases. All right, so your kits come in these white envelopes. You're going to pull everything out and see what you got. I'm going to show you what's in each kit. So I included 2 pieces of the pattern paper for the Valentine one and 2 pieces of the pattern paper for the floral one. You'll only use 1 pattern per card base. I just wanted to give you some additional options, and I had a little space to include it in the envelope. Now I'm going to pull in a kit. Actually, we're just going to work on the Valentine one right there. So pull everything out of your cello envelope and see what you got and decide which pattern you are going to decorate with. So why don't I do an opposite pattern? I'll do this pattern with you so you can see both of the options. Then you can decide which pattern you want. So you'll have all these score lines. So the first thing that you're going to do is bend on all those score lines so you know what's happening. Now the first score line is that little 3/8 of an inch. Bend that back and bone pull. And you're welcome to stop the video and do this assembly line as well for all 3 of your bases. Score that one back. So you're making a little pocket, a little bay window. See it coming together? And then this one's going to be scored this way because it's tucked under. Okay, so just like that. All right, now I am a fan of attaching pieces as I go, so I have less to work with. So your basic white is going to be on the inside. Before you attach that, we're going to attach this down, and I would recommend grabbing your tear and tape because you want to make sure that this little seam doesn't move. It's like your anchor, and the tear and tape fits just perfectly there. And flap that down, kind of like a book binder. You see the book binder fold right there. So it kind of anchors your window for you. Now you can insert your white piece wherever you'd like. I had it with a little bit of the red, real red, showing on the left-hand side. Oops, wasn't quite straight there. Okay, so there is that. I gave you a couple of little hearts. So the little small purple hearts, the gorgeous grape hearts, those are from a retired punch. And the other 2 are from the current punch offering, the heart punch pack. All right, so we've got as much done as we can right now. Let's move on to stamping. I use the Real Red ink pad, and I selected the Pansy Patch stamp set. They're wishing you a little extra happiness if it's just perfectly in this heart. So go look in your stamps. You might have something that fits just perfectly and it is not a Valentine-ish stamp set. All right, so weight of the block is all you really need to ink that up. And we're gonna try to get this centered on there, just like that. Use the paper piercing mat underneath that photopolymer stamp so that I get good transfer of the ink from the stamp to the paper. Okay, now there's that and that. Again, fan of attaching when I can. Just like that. Okay, now let's do something with these little small hearts. I'm going to use attach one using a glue dot for the inside. The second one, I'm going to pop up on a little mini dimensional. And if you don't have mini dimensionals in your stash, ooh, I guess I'm going to have to demonstrate that. I just have, oh no, I have my minis right here. If you don't have minis in your stash, you can certainly cut a regular size dimensional in half. And I popped up the big heart too, the gorgeous grape heart. That you can use two mini dimensionals or just one large one in the center will work. All right, next I've got some of this white stitched and real red ribbon. I only used half of that, so I gave you, I think, a foot of this. And all I did was loop it through. And I think half of it will be enough for a ribbon. So about 6 inches. Loop it through and knot it. And tie a bow. Can I do this on camera? All right, I think I'm going to put it down. One loop. Run it around the loop and tuck that through. Often tie bows right on the roll, and that roll provides some weight for me to play with the ribbon. Ooh, good. This is going to be a perfect mini one. Look how cute that is. Pull this loop a little more. Cuteness overload. All right, and then just grab your paper snips and I'm going to just do a flat end because that one end is flat there. Okay, so you got this much left that you can do whatever you want with. All right, so those are my embellishments. We're going to stick that aside. Now we are going to work on cutting your pattern paper. Now I didn't pre-cut it because it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 layers of thickness in your envelope and would have made it too thick for me to mail with that one postage stamp. So that's why I didn't cut it. So go ahead and grab your paper trimmer and we'll cut together. Please note in the email tutorial that I sent to you, there is a cut list. It is just a basic cut list. It is not listed in the order of cutting if you want a continuous look on your pattern paper. And by a continuous look, I mean here, these are not continually lining up. I just cut them like they were listed in the tutorial so the patterns don't line up. So if that bothers you, or if you want a bay window look or horizon look, cut it in the way I'm showing you now. So your first cut is going to be from left to right, will be 1/4 inch. And I'll kind of line these up so you can see what I mean. There's your 1/4 inch. Your next cut will be 1 1/4 inches. So that panel there. The next cut is the middle panel, which is 1 1/2 inches. That panel there. And then we're back to 1 1/4 inches. And then one final 1/4 inch. And there's that one. And then for the inside, on the list, it says you need one of 1 inch by 4 inches, but you can certainly include just what's left on your cut list right there. And that's what I'll do on the sample card. So now you can see that the pattern is one continuous window horizon look. All right, so let's start adhering some items down. This is the inside piece. And again, you can cut this down to 1 inch wide, but we're just going to use the whole thing. That way I don't have anything to put in my scrap bin. All right, next is this really thin strip. We've got 2 of those. And for that, you can grab your glue dots or a really thin strip of the liquid glue will work too. As long as I have the liquid glue, I'm going to attach the one over here. Oh, trying to zhuzh it into the center there. Okay, now I can continue with the liquid glue, or I can just grab my tape runner. I like my tape runner. It's just not as messy and just quick. Center one. Coming together. Okay. So now you've got one continuous panel look, just cut or just interrupted by the seams. Over here, it's kind of every which way because I just cut it according to the list in the tutorial. All right, next we get to do the fun part, which is decorating. So we've got our heart to go there. We've got our heart with our mini dimensional to go right there. And then the heart with the silver charm. How about my bow? Where's my bow? My bow is on my left. No, let's flip it around. Nope, actually there is a front and a back side to this heart charm. You'll notice one side is flat and one side is rounded. That flat side is what we want up. So I'm going to pull this off. And what's happening is my bow is on that left side. So it's on the left side of the heart. If I flip it around, it's going to be upside down bow. And I am not going to retie that. So let's flip it back. Get a glue dot on it to secure it. So I'm going to put one on the bow so the bow won't come untied, and then I will probably put one on the charm, and I'll just roll that up on itself. Oops. Getting stuck on the glue dots here. Roll it up on itself and on the charm there. Okay, so I'm going to put the charm, I'm going to do this a little different actually. Put this charm on the panel there, and this heart, yep, I'm going to have to scrape that off and put another dimensional on there. Put that heart right there and scrape that off. There's a little bit of adhesive there from the dimensional I peeled off. All right, coming together. Now inside will be the heart that we've got a glue dot attached to. And then I gave you some of these polished dots. They're light pink and they're opaque white. And I used 3 of the light pink over here to add some detail. And then I used 3 of the larger ones over here to prop this up. You see the propping right there. So I used the light pink because I want to just accent all the pinkish tones. So the small pink on this left side, just to accent, help the eye anchor to that left side. And then the 3 large ones. You need to decide where you're going to anchor those, how far you want your window to open. So I have them halfway there. If I put them more to the left, we get more of an opening there. So why don't I do that? And I want them all on a line. So 1, do the center one, do the one down here, and then one up above. There. So it can either sit on their table like that, or you can prop it up like that. All right, and the extras on this kit would have been then a piece of designer series paper, some ribbon, and 6 of these white polished dots that you can do whatever you'd like with. All right, let's move on to the next design. Let's do the Flirty Flamingo design next. So I've already cut down my pieces, and since I am placing the opposite sides up, I'm not too concerned about which pat or how I cut it in sequential order, because I am going to flip, this one, and this one, and this one up. All right, so look at these though, make sure the pattern looks like what would be facing up. I think I like that way best. Actually, let's do, yeah, that would be fine. Okay, gonna do this. Daisy's kind of opposite way there. Okay, so first step would be to go back, and that's on all your score lines. So make the fold back for the place that folds in on itself on the back side of the card base. And then there's starting the window. Other side. And then this one we fold back like this. Okay, and if you scored or folded it back the wrong way, just open it up and use your bone folder and rescore again. So same procedure, we're going to use our tear and tape on this little piece right here. We want it to be secure. Now, if you didn't want to do the opposite patterns up, again, you would cut from left to right or right to left. And I'm just going to flip these over and do glue all at once. Just one strip of that stamp and seal, and then also the inside. All right, so let's do the middle one. I love this crosshatch. It just reminds me of summer. Pink lemonade, this light pink, which is the Flirty Flamingo with in it kind of yellow. Makes me want to get out the pink lemonade. This one's a little longer. How did that happen? Than the center one. I'm not sure. shouldn't have been. I know I made these kits for my video up a few weeks ago, but I can't remember. See, visually it looked just a tiny bit longer than this one right here. Maybe it's just my eyes because of the pattern. And then this one does have the 1-inch strip that's listed in the emailed PDF tutorial. And then the inside's the Very Vanilla piece. And that Very Vanilla is just 1/6 of an 8.5 by 11 piece of Very Vanilla card base. That way I can get 6 card liners out of one piece of cardstock, and I have 0 waste. All right, so these little tiny strips, I'm going to have the crosshatch up. So economy of movement, I do whatever I can. That's the same thing at the same time. And then I try to pick these up, not get glue on myself. So the one nice thing about the liquid glue is you've got a few seconds to move it where you want it. Whereas if you're using a tape runner, sometimes you don't get that opportunity to move your things around. And just hold it in place for a few seconds to make sure it doesn't shift on you where you don't want it. Okay, it's coming together, right? All right, next I included 2 of the daisy punches. So we're just going to grab our glue dots to adhere those down. The large one on the front. And with the petals facing up. And then I had one on the inside, in between the butterflies. Right down there. All right, now I've got you a tag for your sentiment, and I am using the Flirty Flamingo ink with the Happy Birthday sentiment from the Special Moments Celebration stamp set. It's free with a $100 purchase. So happy birthday. There's also a coordinating, I have something for you that you could put on the inside. So a lot of these have a coordinating front and an inside sentiment. All right, now let's see, we're gonna use our paper piercing mat because I'm using a photopolymer stamp. And the punch, I get the names mixed up. I think this is labeled Lovely Pick-a-Punch. Already got that punched for you, both ends. There we go, happy birthday. Okay. Now before I put this on the, I will put it on there, but I'm only going to put adhesive on the panel. So I'm going to decide where I want that tag, and then I'm going to run a strip on the panel, because if you put adhesive on the whole tag, you're going to put adhesive over here, and you're going to stick it, that's going to stick on either side of the panel. The side panels is what I'm saying. Right now it's raised above the panel, so just be aware of that. All right, next I have a strip of this white and pale papaya ribbon. It's super soft, which lends itself really well to this technique that I'm going to show you. Put your strip of adhesive on your tag, and tear and tape adhesive is the best. Take your ribbon and just ruffle it. And all you do is lay the edge down, the one side, the one end. And just gather it up and do another ruffle. And if you don't like how your ruffles are looking, you can just pull it off and start again. So I gave you 14 inches of this ribbon. So you should have plenty to cover with some left over. And I can see my daisy is twisting. So the reason why that is because there's only one glue dot on there. So what I'm gonna do is grab another glue dot and tuck it under there somewhere so it provides stability. So it can't twist on just that one circular glue dot. There. Let's put one down this side as well. So I'm putting it on the daisy petal. Okay, now the last thing is using your brushed brass butterflies. Say that 3 times, I almost messed it up there. So 2 of the minis, 2 of the smallest ones, they fit perfectly on the ends of this tag. Okay, and then for the tuck up tag, I layered the four of them. So the brushed brass butterflies, I've got 1 on top of each other to use 4 of them. So decide where you want your little, you could actually try it right there, right? I put one right there. And I can put one, let's do way at the top. Right there. And then you take the other ones. Lay it right at the top to add thickness. So there's something for that tab to kind of grab onto. Means you've got 2 of the smaller butterflies left. Which you can place anywhere. How about, yeah, I'm not sure I like them anywhere else. So that's what's extra in your kit, along with some of the ribbon and the second pattern that was included in your kit, which is this pattern, or perhaps you use this pattern on your card. So that's what the extras in your kit. You can use that with whatever you'd like. All right, let's move on to the last card. This is the 3rd design in my kits in the mail. So my kits in the mail included either one of these and one of these, or one of the floral and one of the Valentine. So if you purchased all 4 of the kits, there were 2 options. You got a $2 price break versus if you just purchased 1 kit. All right, so I used the Honeybee Home stamp set using the basic gray ink to do the Stay Wonderful stamp. So here is my kit. Let's do that right away. Basic gray ink, Stay Wonderful, just like that. And shut the ink pad up. All right, now I've already laid out how I want my panels. So again, flip them over. Economy of movement. Just 1 run of our Stampin' Seal. And then grab that basic white for the inside panel. Oh, and it's out. Get a little more on there. Nope. All right, so let's use a piece of tear and tape. The reason why I know it's out is because there's a red piece way at the end. All right, so before we work on that, let's get rid of some of these adhesive pieces so they don't get stuck elsewhere. And I did opposite panels again. I like that wood panel. The paper is from the Heart and Home suite. And then the 1-inch one on the inside. Oh, let's put the white in first, so I don't have to tuck under. And I didn't do all my scoring. So let's fold that back. Okay, add the white, doing a little bit out of order this time, but that's okay. And that did not come, that was not straight. I can totally see that. There, that's a little better. This is for the panel. We'll tuck the panel on. All right, now tear and tape. And again, the dimensions and the scoring for this bay window card will be in the video description below, in case you're coming back to make some more, or you've found my video after I'm done with this January 2022 offering. Okay, scoring now. Bone folding that down. And then this one gets flapped up. All right, grab our liquid glue here. I guess one of our little mini glue dots would have worked on these strips as well. If you don't like to use this glue, because you might get some on your fingers. Okay, so strip there. And then a strip there. So it looks like when I cut these, I did go left to right, but this one, oops, I put this upside down. Can I pull it off? Can I pull it off without ripping it? Is it gonna bother me? Nope, I don't think I think I would rip the paper. So I should have been watching. Nobody's gonna know though. Oh, I was gonna have those up. Well, see what I did it a little different? I had the wood panel up right here. I've got the floral pattern up, totally fine. All right, so these doilies are from the Heart and Home Suite as well. There are 3 different colors in a package. And you've got white on one side and color on the other. So I like the basic gray up. And I am going to have to, I'll just use my glue dots for ease. Do a couple, since my tape runner just ran out. Okay, and then the Stay Wonderful. I used a dimensional on that. And use your tape runner or 2 glue dots, either end of this oval. These ovals are from our oval punches, which are current in the catalog. So your kit included a strip of this Highland Heather ribbon. So I just cut it down to about 2.5 inches maybe. There should be enough for 2 in your kit. And what I did was just tied it around and made a knot. Like that. And since this silver or this ribbon is a little slippery, it's got some metallic in it, you'll either want to double knot it or quickly add a glue dot. I'm going to double knot it. That way it won't come undone. Okay, and I like the gray kind of hanging off there. See, on one side I've got 2 different lengths, so let's make that kind of similar. Okay, and then you've got extra here ribbon. You can do whatever you'd like with. And I want the knot kind of facing up, or not. The knot or the knot? Yeah, I want the knot facing up because then I can see the basic gray baker's twine. Again, the kit is there for you to do whatever you'd like with. Just on the bottom there. And then the iridescent rhinestone jewels, you got a whole strip to do stuff with. So on the right side for the little tucky thing, I use the largest size, 3 of those. So just decide where you want it to start tucking, and I would put one in the center first. And one at the top, and then one at the bottom. Okay, and the rest I just kind of scattered around. I did a large one up there. Oh, I see, I think I did medium right there. Medium and a large one up there. So let's do, yeah, they were, let's do a medium up there. Or let's do something a little different. On my sample, I did a large one here, 3 mediums there, medium here, and 2 smalls there. So let's do something a little different. I kind of like these over here, the way I did them on the other one. How about, one thing I like about our self-adhesive embellishments is you can take your strip to your project and kind of put stuff where you want it to see where you like it. How about we put a small one on either side of that Stay Wonderful. Or 2. There's more space over here. Or 3. Got to do stuff in power of 3s. Right? I won't put one over there, but I'll put one right here. There. That's how I will decorate that one. So you've got extra baker's twine, you have extra rhinestones, and you have one of this pattern in your pack, which we didn't use, so it's just an additional thing that you can use to cut down and make your own bay window design. This is from the hand-penned pattern paper pack. All right, I'm going to do a little catalog tour next, so I'm going to clean up and be right back. All right, here are where all the products are that I used in creating the kits. So the celebration brochure, the floral pattern uses the Daffodil Afternoon pattern paper, and Celebration rewards you for all of your purchases. It rewards you for being a host if you have a $300 party, and it also rewards you if you want to decide to sign up and be a demonstrator on my super awesome stampers team. So I use the Special Moments stamp set on the floral card from Celebration as well. In the January to June mini catalog, I use the pattern paper from the Sweet Talk Suite and also the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. Then the brushed brass butterflies came from the Flowering Fields Suite on page 15. The polished dots came from the Symbols of Fortune Suite. And then the Heart and Home, I use the Honeybee Home stamp set along with the doilies and the pattern paper, that pattern right there. And here is the Honeybee Home stamp set. You can purchase the stamp set on its own or at a bundle price with the coordinating dies. From the annual catalog, I use the Pansy Patch stamp set for the sentiment on the Valentine card. And then the ribbons I used would have been the Highland Heather ribbon, the Pale Papaya and White ribbon, the Playful Pets ribbon, And I had retired baker's twine. That gray was the retired baker's twine. The punches that I used were the Lovely Labels Pick a Punch for the tag on the birthday card. And then I also used the Heart Punch Pack on the Valentine card. The Medium Daisy Pack, or the Medium Daisy and the Daisy on the flower card. And the Double Oval Pack on the Stay Wonderful card. All right, thank you for stamping with me. I hope you enjoyed creating your kits along with me. My kits change every month, so make sure to check back in a few weeks, and you'll see another new kit on my blog at superawesomestamper.com. If you are looking to purchase a kit, go to my blog at superawesomestamper.com and click on Kits in the Mail for all of the details. So here's what's included in the kit, and I package these up in little cello envelopes, the supplies, so that they don't get damaged during shipping. So this is the doily kit, and then I also have the Valentine's kit. You can purchase each kit separately or purchase both of the kits for a $2 price break. So go to my blog at superawesomestamper.com for my Kits in the Mail offering and to place product orders for any of the products you see in my videos. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for stamping with me today. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button before you head out, and we'll stamp with you soon. Bye.